Happy New Year and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And to my old viewers, you're welcome back into 2024. So, at the end of this video, we are going to learn how to make a beautiful wafer paper design or technique that you can use for your cream cakes, your wedding cakes, your fondant cakes, every cake design you want to. So all you need is your wafer paper, your ruler, and your cutter, or you can also use a blade if you're okay or comfortable using the blade. So there is no measurement to it. All you need to do is cut thin strips of wafer paper, just as seen in this video and how I'm cutting them. You need very thin strips for this particular design. You can also cut them thicker, which will be used for a very huge cake. If the base is very huge, about 30 inches or something, you can cut them thicker. But if not, you have to use thin strips to make it beautiful. So you can just arrange enough strips after you are done cutting them out. There is no number to it. I don't really count them. I just pick them up and arrange them together and make sure they are all leveled evenly. I wouldn't want one part being taller than the other, so I make sure I arrange them beautifully. And you need water as well and a brush. So after arranging and packing everything, if one is overlapping the other, I just take that one out because I wouldn't want to end up gluing everything with our water, and there will be one in the middle which wasn't even glued and it's taller than the whole wafer paper. So we dip the whole, after arranging them, you dip one part into it, then you peg it up, and you're going to roll your wafer paper around the peg just as seen in the video. You're just going to gently roll around it. Once you start rolling, one part is going to be taller, and because your bunch, some parts are going to be taller, the other part is going to be shorter. So wherever it's shorter, we just cut an even pattern. We need an even pattern, then we glue that pattern too. After gluing, we just let it lie straight, and this is what we are going to get. So this is the first technique to making our wafer paper design. We have a lot of techniques, and this is just one out of the many techniques I'm going to teach you. So you're going to do this, and we have another one. You're going to be gluing one after the other. We are going to glue the wafer paper one after the other to each other. So this is the very first technique we normally do. So here are some of the wafer paper, the strips we've cut out. So there is no number to it, and there is no formula to it. You just pack a lot, then you make sure they are leveled and there is none overlapping each other. You have to make sure you arrange them beautifully and they are all leveled together. Then, and please, when working, make sure you don't end up spilling the water on your work surface, because once you spill water, you're going to end up having your wafer paper sticking to your work surface, and it's going to mess up and it's not going to work anymore. It will just fall. So as you've seen, you arrange it and make sure they are all of the same level. Then we glue that part. We glue that part together with our water. So we dip it inside our water and we press hard so it can just stick to each other. Water, and so we ended up putting it in water and sticking it together. Then we're going to use peg to hold that part together. Then we roll again. So this is how to roll. You roll gently. You shouldn't roll it tightly. You can be losing. Then once you are done rolling, definitely some parts are going to be longer than the other. Then we cut it out. So I'm going to show you how it's going to look like. So here we have it. We have some parts being taller than the other. And once we cut them out and glue it with our water, we are going to have that same technique again. So we've done same technique twice for you to get a fair idea of what you're talking about. So this is it. So the more the wafer paper, the more beautiful that design looks like. So as you can see, it's very beautiful with more wafer paper. And this is the very first one we did. So we're going to keep going, keep making more and more and more, and we can keep adding them. So good. So this is the other formula to it. So after making this, you can leave about 15 or 10 of the wafer paper left. Then we can individually start sticking them to the ones we use for this particular pattern. Then we stick them individually. Then we get a pattern like this or a design like this. So after sticking the very one we have to stick, you stick everything together at the base. Then when you get to rolling around, you can leave some you leave some of the pattern behind. That you leave about 5, 6, or 10 of the wafer paper behind before rolling around your peg. Then you cut this one and glue. Then when you are done, the remaining 5 you left, you can start sticking them individually to the ones you had earlier. Then when you are done, you are going to get this beautiful design. So we have a lot of patterns to making this beautiful wafer paper design. So this is the pattern we got from making this very one. So we're going to take our very last but one or last wafer paper. Then we have this beautiful technique. So we take the last one, then we have this beautiful design. Then I show you how to stick them individually. Good. So this is it. So this is the design we got after making the wafer paper, and this is the individual ones. So you leave your first pattern out, you glue your second one, then you stick to the very first one. It shouldn't be of the same height. So as you keep going, you shorten your wafer paper and you keep going downwards. So you don't start from the very tip again. When you are taking the second one, you stick it to the back of your very third. When you're sticking your fourth one, you stick it to the back of your third one. When you're sticking the fifth one, you stick it to the back of your fourth one. Just as seen in the videos, you're going to keep sticking to the back of each wafer paper. That's when we keep getting this beautiful design and technique. So you're going to keep sticking, keep adding more, keep sticking, keep adding more to get this beautiful and lovely wafer paper design. So don't go anywhere, keep watching, and I know you're going to try this out. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Michael from M.O.D Kitchen Services. And if you are new, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified once we make any new posts. And to my old viewers, happy new year. And thanks so much for joining me in 2024. I hope you learn this and try this out for any of your upcoming projects. And trust me, you're going to love it and you're going to love the final outcome. Thank you.